But now Hester was distracted by the row of local Nottingham newspapers next to the vault. 4-point report. Sheriff of Nottingham says daughter was the true lion. That's the hero. Read her exclusive letter to Daddy inside. I'm so proud of my daughter. Sheriff Boots. Dot, honey, Hester said. In your letter, what did you tell your dad about the 4 points? Hester asked sweetly. That's we won, Dot said, eating a chocolate wanted poster. We should hurry. It's getting dark. More wanted posters of Robin Hood discouraged the shuttered shop fronts. Sheriff's Coffee, a cozy cafe selling drinks like from Free Marion and the Sheriff's Special Blend. The Headless Robin, a souvenir shop selling Sheriff and Robin masks and fake Sheriff badges. Plus, replicas of the famous grey sack the Sheriff had used it to catch Robin and parade him through town. Books and badges with books about Robin and the Sheriff prominently displayed in the window. And one about Dot, Hester realized it, peering closer. The Sheriff's daughter, Dot, Robin, and the Wood's most famous escape. Hester narrowed her eyes. Dot, what happened exactly between you and Robin Hood? You're full of questions today, aren't you? Dot snapped it, swivering. Watch out! Annabelle yelled. Hester and Dot wheeled to see a scream whiz over their heads. In a flash, the 3 witches took off after it, hightailing down the street and around a corner to follow it. They crashed right into Sophie and Agatha, the 5 of them toppling to the ground. By the time they found their feet, the scream was gone. Where would he go? Hester asked, breathless. You saw it too, Agatha said, pulling Sophie forward and calling back the witches. We'll take the east links. You girls take west. The 3 witches sprinted away from them into the next row of cottages. Annabelle tore up a rose bed. Hester kicked aside a bicycle. Dot peeked inside mailboxes. Hester snarled. Dot, you speed wet. It's not going to be in a mailbox. The scream flew out of the box right into Dot's mouth, then shot back out, rocketing past the witches, down the street, and under the door of a big grey cottage at the end. I take that back, said Hester, hurtling towards the cottage. As Annabelle raced after her, the 2 witches shooting their glow into the sky to signal the others. Sophie and Agatha's glow flared from the next street, acknowledging the witches. But Dot still hadn't budged, rooted by the mailbox, her eyes on the house where the scream had gone. Daddy! She gasped. Dot busted into the house. Daddy, where are you? A meaty arm slung Dot against the wall. Don't move, a deep voice said. Dot lifted her eyes to see her father holding her back with his hairy hand. The sheriff was tall, with a bushy black beard, a greasy mane of hair, and a bloated belly that hung over his belt, juggling with his jaw keys. But his dark, stony eyes weren't on his daughter. They were on the screen floating in the foyer of the dimly lit house. The screen was lethally sharp at both ends, one end pointing at Dot and the sheriff, the other at Annabelle and Hester, who were plastered against another wall. Tell us how to kill it, Dot, the sheriff demanded quietly. Tell us what you did before. Dot swallowed, feeling Hester and Annabelle staring at her, her friends cornered beneath the sheriff's famous grey sack hooded on a wall. Annabelle's wet eyes flickered back to the screen. Use your demon, she whispered to her friend. Not unless I have to, Hester whispered back. If my demon dies, I die. The sheriff squeezed his daughter harder. Dot, hurry. The front door flung open. Sophie and Agatha busted in, fingertips lit, only to see the screen pivot in their direction, deadly teeth growing. The girls stumbled back to a wall, tripping over shoes, old newspapers, bought up underpants, and dirty dishes. What do we do? Sophie breathed. Nothing stupid, said Agatha, shielding her. The scream spun between the pairs of captives like the arrow on a game wheel, as if deciding who to kill first. Dot and her father, Sophie and Agatha, Hester and Annabelle. All of them looked at each other, thinking the same thing. There were 6 of them and one scream. If they worked together, surely they could take them down. But perhaps the scream sensed those thoughts, for suddenly, through the open door, more screams silently floated into the room, joining the first. 2, then 4, then 6. Each one turned razor sharp and pointed at a prisoner's heart. Dot, what are you waiting for? Do what you did at the 4 points. The sheriff hissed, fingers sticking into her. Dot winced under her father's strip. What is he talking about? Sophie blurted. She saved all of you here, the sheriff shouts back. She beats the snake single-handedly. Why isn't she doing it now? Dot's face was blotchy, her eyes ignoring her father and fixed on the screen pointing at her. We need to send a signal to the rest of the crew, she says shakily. We need to tell them not to come here. En crew, Annabelle was skittered out of her pocket, crawling down their master's leg and shuttling for the door.